Sometimes I just be losing my mind. Sometimes I just be lying to be lying. Sometimes I wish I could quit my 9 to 5 and make music from 9 to 9 and have a hell of a time.
Welcome back to another episode of Some Shit to Think About with your host, Anthony Beastie Baron. I'm so excited to have you all here. Hope you guys have been enjoying all the previous episodes and just everything that I've been putting out. I'm going to start this episode off with, the usual announcements. It's actually a little different setup than you see here. I'm out in Huntington Beach, California, enjoying the beautiful weather and the beautiful atmosphere. It's been pretty nice out here. I've been meeting a lot of great people. But this week's announcements, as always, please go tap in on BeastieBaron.com and go take a look at unlocking the God within you. I think it'll be something that'll be very beneficial in your life. I've been getting a lot of great reviews, a lot of great feedback from it, from people that have bought and read it, and they're absolutely loving it, saying it's life-changing material. So go take a look on BeastieBaron.com at Unlocking the God Within You, an ebook written by yours truly. And we don't really have too many announcements. I know last week I definitely said the format was going to be a little bit different, might be adding someone on, but life happens, things kind of change, but definitely stay in tune. You'll see we got things coming. Like I said, week in and week out, we're just getting better. So we're going to be trying to make little adjustments here and there and just making sure that we can present a quality show for you all. So bear with me. This is my first time doing this. I'm doing this everything in real time. You guys are seeing the growth, but we do have a lot of great things in store for you. And we're just going to get into the show for today. And we're going to talk about the topic, which is being the power and being present, and just everything that means, and kind of just literally the power and being present and whatnot, because everybody kind of talks about being present, but nobody really talks about the power behind it and what it really means. So you might ask, all right, like, what's being present? If you ask me, being present is just having full awareness of where your feet are and absorbing it all, and having a conscious response wherever you're at, no matter what you're doing. So just understanding the fact that wherever you're at, just just be there, be aware of everything going on and your position in it, and be able to, like I said, just consciously respond to everything going on. I feel like being present, the power in being present, it brings you, is tremendous, right? I feel like just in today's day and age, we're too caught up in the next thing, the instant gratification. We kind of always are looking for whatever's coming next, rather than just being, like I said, where our feet are in the whatever given moment it may be, because we're meant to be there, right? So I feel like when you are present, wherever you're at, it allows you to take advantage of the opportunities that life is throwing at you, because the one thing about life is, it's always going to be something, going on, always going to be something changing, always something happening. So when you're present, even if it might not seem like, a situation where you need to be kind of like on alert or just on the lookout and, being aware, I feel like being present allows you to take advantage of those opportunities and pick up on things that others might not, that you can use to your advantage in a non like hurting someone type of way, because I feel like when you say take advantage or manipulate situations, people kind of like, oh, like, he's teaching bad stuff, but no, I'm just kind of saying the power in being present allows you to manipulate situations for your for the betterment of you and whatever you got going on. And I think it kind of just starts with just the basics, being able to just breathe and calm down. I had the luxury of attending Ebony Beach Club in Los Angeles this weekend, and basically it's just a big party for black people down at Dock Willard Beach, and it was amazing. I don't know how many people were there. I'm sure it was over maybe 5,000, but it was something I never really been a part of, never really experienced before. I'm super grateful that I got to, but there was a lot going on. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's over 5,000 people just partying and whatnot, and it's just like, okay, instead of worrying about the next move, I'm gonna worry about where my feet are at. You know what I mean? This one, And but just kind of being just tapped in and locked in allowed me just to observe everything going on and see kind of between the lines, if you know what I mean, and able to see how people are moving and whatnot, so I can navigate accordingly. And I feel like things like that, like that's kind of, I wouldn't say the whole point, but I feel like that's a big reason why you kind of feel how you feel in big crowds, right, or just like big events or whatnot. I feel like a lot of times people go to just literally like events, you know what I mean, whether it's like concerts, parties, or just anything where there's any large gathering of people, right, where it's gonna be plenty of different energies, plenty of different what's the word I'm looking for? Plenty of radicals, right? Plenty of things that you might not know, exactly how they may play out. So it kind of draws for a little bit of nerves and whatnot. But I feel like turning those nerves into kind of like stillness, you know what I mean? Being able to kind of turn that a little bit of anxiousness or anxiety into, like I said, presentness, you know what I mean? Like mindfulness, and just being able to be there and just see everything going on around you and kind of just flow with it. That allows you to really have a really good time, you know what I mean, and not have to necessarily be just, like I said, just worrying about stuff that you shouldn't be worrying about. Because personally, like, I've been there before, like where I've been out and about or just living life on a day-to-day, and I'm not really mindful of where I'm at or what I'm doing, right? I feel like it's easy when you get in a routine of things, like for example, when I was an athlete, just going from practice to class to meetings and whatnot, not necessarily seeing the joy in it all and just kind of everything going around me because it's something that I was doing each and every day. But like over time, like life kind of, you can make life a little bit boring. So I feel like when you're being more present, it gives it joy because you're locked into every moment, every situation. You know what I mean? Like even the quote unquote boring ones, right? Even when you might find yourself, changing a flat tire or something right on the side of the road, but it's like, sheesh, you know what I mean? I've never had this vantage point of the city, right? I've never been able to, I've never been over here. I've never been in a situation. You might meet somebody. It just kind of allows for life to happen, right, and allows for you to take advantage of it more, and allows for it to just be a more pleasant experience rather than, like I said, worrying about the next move, worrying about what the wife may say or whoever may say and all that other stuff, man. And I feel like it's super powerful, like I said kind of earlier, just when you're in any moments that might draw anxiety or that might make you anxious, you know what I mean, whether they're events or games or whatnot, or even, like I said, just kind of being an athlete. That was kind of the biggest thing that game day that the coaches are talking about. Is kind of like, this isn't practice, this isn't anywhere else, you're not anywhere else in the world, you're here. So like, go out, have fun, play ball, and then just really just do that. And we get to see it from top-notch athletes week in and week out. But when you realize, like, we think that they're doing something crazy, right? We think they're making these crazy plays, and they are. But it's not crazy to us, or it's crazy to us, it's not crazy to them, because they're just in that, they're there, I mean, they're in that flow state, they're present, and they're just making the most of the situations that come about, right? Because they don't plan to make certain plays. I don't know when that type of stuff's happening, but by being present, being aware, being in the moment and being so immersed in it, and just reading everything around you and naturally consciously responding to everything, it allows for plays, to be made on, whatever field, court, whatever sport it may be. But I feel like it's the same thing in life, like if you're going to like networking events or mixers or, like concerts, any type of, big event, like you can still make plays, as long as you're consciously responding and you're fully present, fully in the moment, and you're able to, play to your strengths and do what you're good at doing, and that's just hopefully being your most authentic self, and sharing your light with the world, because that's something I feel like more people need to do. I feel like a lot of things, a lot of people kind of have like anxieties about, well, obviously just life, but big events in life specifically. But it's just kind of like, let's not worry, like let's not frit. Let's not fair. Let's not frit. Let's not be in fear. Let's not, trip. Like we're here. Like we're exactly where we need to be. Like even if the situation might not be the best, you can find yourself in a shitty situation where the cards are not in your favor. You might have did some bonehead, activity or thing, and the cause for whatever the consequences are. Embrace it. Like it's like I feel like people need to start viewing their lives like movies or TV shows, right? Like if you imagine 24/7 that you had a camera crew around you, you would make every little minute event grand, even if it's not anything grand. Like you're gonna do it with intention. You're gonna be doing it with a purpose, and you're gonna be present in everything that you're doing because you're gonna want to make sure you do it well. So it's like why not just apply that same thing, to life? If you would do it for a camera, if you would do it, if this is what you want to be broadcasted to millions, to the world, why not do that when you are just broadcasting yourself to the world, right? Because I feel like I said, man, it's a lot of suffering and worrying and fearing and just, being anxious and stuff. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like those are all valid things, like everybody, like, big crowds and stuff, you feel it, you feel it in your stomach, right? You feel all the energy, you feel everything kind of going on, but it's like, like, I'm alive, like I'm having the human experience, right? I'm around plenty of other people, I'm feeling their energy, like I got mine going, and I'm gonna make the most out of it, because you never end up where you're not supposed to be. As crazy as it may sound, like I said, even if you're reaping some consequences of a choice you might regret or you might not have made, if you had the same opportunity to come again, you're still there for a reason, right? You're put there for a specific reason, even if that reason might not be anything you can understand at the moment, but it could, 9 times out of 10, is something that'll serve greater than whatever you expect, whatever you think you're doing. So like being present in those moments, I feel like are even the most critical, right? Because it's easy, you make it, right? You got the money, the house, the spouse, everything you need, of course, you're gonna live a glamorous life and you're gonna enjoy every single moment of it because it's that dream, right? But why not have that same mentality now? Like what's the real difference? Like, yeah, obviously you don't have the glamour, but like even when I was taking the bus and stuff, to school every day, like it wasn't the best of times, but like I embraced it. Like it was still cool. Like I made it. It was a vibe. Like it was its own little vibe. Like it was its own little look, and like I kind of knew like what to get from it. But like I was constantly like aware, of what's going on. Like what's happening. Like seeing kind of, like I said, just in between the lines, because I feel like it's easy just to, have somewhat of blinders on, like when you're just doing day-to-day life, you're doing, going to the grocery store and stuff like that, like you're not really looking in between the lines, you're not really like kind of looking deeper to it. And I'm not saying like every little thing in your life needs to be some deep sensual moment, but I am saying like at every day in life, every moment, every minute, there is opportunity for you to be consciously responding to everything, and just aware more than anything else. I feel like having that awareness allows you to go out and let that light shine and do what you feel like you're meant to do, even if it's just for that day, for that time, or whatever it may be, man. Because like, I don't know, it's super powerful, man. Like I said, seeing that event this weekend kind of showed me that. As well as I was at a little concert, not a little concert, it was a big concert. It was Kendrick concert out in California. And even that, like just like I said, being able to see the energy, see everything kind of going on, and just be present, right, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the production, enjoy the, the stage crew, and all the dances and the outfits, and just the lights, and just every little thing, like from the smells to just the people I was with, and there's the whole environment. Like I feel like that's like it's just power. Like I don't know, like I could be over romanticizing life or whatnot, but I think it's power in that. I think it's much hidden joy that we all kind of seem to miss out on, because like I said, like when you don't have what you feel like you deserve or what you want, maybe it's easy to just kind of be like, just put off that happiness. You know, I mentioned it before, just go into that mode where it's like, you know what I'm saying, screw it. Like, I'm not going to really enjoy life until I get this car, get this raise, get this title, you know what I mean, finish school, blah, 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 whatever it may be for you. But it's just like, bro, like, that's just not, it's not conductive of a successful life, because you never, like, you just know, you never know when you're going to die. You never know what it's going to be, you know, lights out, done, you know what I mean? Like, pass go, don't get $200, you know what I mean? Like straight to, you know, the other side. So it's like, why not be present and conscious and aware and just present in each and every day and each and every moment, because there's no point in not doing so. And I feel like you're robbing yourself of many experiences. You're robbing other people of their experience with you, and just, I feel like you're robbing life, because no minute, I feel like, is really meant to be wasted. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying every single minute of my life or every single second is the most exciting thing, right? Or it's just the most, like, I'm just so, you know, in love with everything kind of going on, because, you know, I'm human too. I definitely get caught in those moments where I'm just, you know, just going through the motions. But when I do catch myself, it's like, come on, bro, like we're after something greater here, you know what I mean? Like we're living, like we're in the game, like we're playing right now. So let's get a high score. Like let's play the game the way we were meant to play the game. And you know, the game, the illusion, whatever you want to call it, but you know what I mean? Like we're in it. Let's make it fun, at least for the time being, because there's just no other way. I just hate kind of just seeing that, like, that people don't like to have fun, you know, with everything, just depending on whatever situation they may be in or whatever may be going on. I feel like that's the point of just life in general. It's not necessarily to have fun, but to just consciously respond and to enjoy everything going on, because you're here, right? We're all here. And that's why I really like being in big crowds and kind of going to events and just being around so many other people. Not necessarily saying like I'm the biggest social butterfly, but I just like kind of seeing. I'm more of a people watcher, right? I definitely feel like I'm a people person, but I just kind of like seeing if you're in a room, you know what I'm saying, for long enough, or in a scenario or setting, you can kind of see the intentions of people, right? Or just kind of like the prerogative that they're on and what they're kind of really after, what they're kind of really doing. So it's just like being able to kind of see that. I'm not saying you should mess with people in like a bad sense, but you know what I mean? You can kind of mess around a little bit because you understand what's going on or what you think is going on, because, you know, even that is a thing too. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, like what you might think is going on, it might not be the case, and you got to learn the hard way necessarily, but it's still a process. You know what I mean? You're still meant to learn it. You're still meant to, you know, go interact however you interact and do whatever it is that you felt like, you know what I'm saying, would have been the best for you to do in that moment. So it's just like, we need to start doing that, man. We need to just have more fun. Like, I feel like a lot of people were present at that beach club for sure. Like, a lot of people were definitely there. They were tapped in, and they were, you know what I'm saying, just enjoying the time. But it's like, why should those be the only times? You know what I'm saying? People are like that. I'm not saying that everybody there was, you know what I mean? I don't know most of those people. Like I said, it was over 5,000 people. I wish I could have stayed longer, to be honest with you. But, like, why can't every moment of life kind of be like that? You know what I mean? Like, just tapped in, just present, locked in. I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I kind of don't know it for the sense of just kind of like the common collective, the majority of people. So that's why I decided to talk about it. That's why I decided to make it a topic. And I don't know if you've been tapping in, which kind of like the Beastie tips, you know what I'm saying, about the daily tips I post, or, you know, weekly tips I post. But a lot of them kind of talks about that, you know what I'm saying, being present and being aware and being tapped into what's going on, and using life, you know what I'm saying, for your advantage, because that's how you should, you know, especially, like I said, that shit, it sounds bad, but I promise you it's not. You're supposed to take advantage of the things that were put here for you just because they were put here for you, and you wouldn't have the opportunities if it was any other reason. But I don't know, I just feel like I want to just be able to look back on these shows and listen to this and be like, okay, like I was actually talking about something real, you know what I'm saying? Something that people can get some value from, kind of like, you know, the book and just everything I feel like I'm doing, because why not? It might not be the most popping, you know what I'm saying? It might not be super viral or super out there yet. I still feel like the few people that have been tapping in have been gaining some valuable content, some valuable knowledge, valuable opinions, worst case scenario, just things for them to think about, topics for them to kind of, you know, bring up in discussion amongst other people and whatnot, and just more than anything else, just kind of feel the energy and feel where I'm coming from. Just because, like I said, just being out here, being out in California, I definitely I'm seeing that, you know, everybody's somebody in this world, you know, as they should be. And the somebody that I want, you know what I'm saying, Anthony Beastie Barron to be is someone with a very high intellect, right? Someone with a very strong character, someone that's obviously you know, looks good and is well managed, well kept, but someone that's known as a leader, you know what I mean? Someone that's creating a way for other people that look like me and whatnot. So that's kind of why I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because I want people to get behind it. I wanted to cause some type of discussion, some type of conversation, some type of just thought within you all, and I would just love to hear about it, man, because every time people post, anytime somebody comments on my post and it's definitely like something that doesn't agree with what I'm saying, like I love to hear it, because I like seeing different viewpoints. I like seeing just how people are seeing life, right? Because we're all living it, we're all getting this experience, but it's just like we all have different viewpoints. And how I see things, like everyone in life never will, but there may be some perspectives, maybe some lenses I may open up for some, and they might, you know, choose to, you know, keep them on, or, you know, do whatever you want with it. But I am very kind of curious to see how you guys are feeling, how you guys are thinking, because a lot of the things that I'm talking about are just based off my experiences in life and just kind of what I'm seeing and people I'm around and where I'm at and whatnot. But I want it to be some valuable content, right? I want to get a very engaged following of people that are like-minded, you know what I'm saying, that are thinkers, right, that feel like they're much more than just whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, whatever trade they may have, whatever job it may be. But people that want to take advantage, sounds bad, but just, you know, experience, get the most out of life, you know what I mean, get the most out of their experience, take advantage of the opportunities that were made for themselves, and just get to it more than anything else. And just, you know what I'm saying, live, experience it, enjoy it, and just have fun with it. That's kind of just my biggest takeaway from it all, is just having fun. Like, once something starts becoming not fun, it's not worth it. And I feel like I have the most fun when I'm just present, right? And I'm in the moment, and I'm just here. I was asked a question this weekend by somebody, and they were literally like, how do you enjoy life? Like, what's, you know what I'm saying, like, how it's different for everyone, she was asking. And I was like, about just being present, being tapped in, being exactly where my feet are. And it hasn't been something I didn't, you know, I wasn't pushed out the womb knowing this necessarily. Something that I had to definitely learn, something I definitely had to you know, just find out, seek out, figure out. But I feel like the quicker that you do realize it, and the quicker that you do just start applying it to life, and just being more tapped in. When I say tapped in, I literally mean like tapped like in, like with yourself, like understanding who you are, your purpose, like all the things that I talk about on unlocking the God within you. That's what I mean when I'm saying tapped in. You understand who you are, your purpose is, you know what I'm saying, where you come from, what you're put here to do, and you understand just like where you stand with the universe and where the universe stands with you, you know what I mean? So I feel like when you're kind of like that, and you're moving day in, day out like that, there's no reason to have a frown on your face, you know what I mean? And if you do, there's no reason for it to last longer than a few minutes, just because you realize who you are and what you're doing, and how great things already are, you know what I mean? And having just that gratitude for the opportunities to, you know what I'm saying, mess up, or to have bad things go on. Because I don't think we also realize that, like, a lot of the problems that we have, a lot of the issues that kind of go on, like, if they don't come from not being present and not being, you know what I'm saying, tapped into a moment and letting it get the best of us, it definitely kind of come from just not enjoying whatever it is, you know what I mean, and just not having I wouldn't necessarily say a go-get-it attitude, but just an embracing attitude and wanting, to just live. Because I don't know, for me at least, a lot of issues that I kind of have faced, or some of my biggest problems, have just come from me not wanting to embrace something, and constantly kind of running away from it and letting it sneak up on me, and and then it's boom, and it's just, it's just like, bro, it's not the best stuff, but we could have been way past this if we would have just took it head on and just been present in the moment and experienced whatever it is that we were meant to experience, regardless of how, we might have felt emotionally about it. Because you can't fight the universe, you can't fight God, you can't fight whatever it is that you believe in makes the sun come up and go down day in and day out. So I really hope that you guys get something from this, man. I really hope you guys are just enjoying the content. And if you're not, please let me know. I would love to hear what you think, or your suggestions or whatnot, because I'm not saying I might go ahead and completely just rechange everything, but I want a different perspective. I want to make sure that I'm engaged with you guys. I'm tapped in, because we're only going up. Being out here, all this does is just motivates me to get to it even more. Like I said, everybody's somebody out here. Everybody has made a way, right, or is making a way, and feels like, they're the next best star or next best thing, or and everybody kind of has that type of swagger, which I love. It's very kind of just naturally competitive, but like, that's the thing, like, I'm just competing with myself. Like, I look back on just this whole journey, these 8 episodes, and I hear the growth, even if it's small, even if it's, not the biggest, I hear it, I see it, and I see the increase in the content creation, and I see just the things that are unfolding in life for me. Because if you guys know, I do a little bit of modeling, and I was able to, walk in my first runway, have my first paid shoot, and just small things, small dubs, but I feel like it's just an aggregation of me just being present and me being tapped into life and taking advantage of the things that that were made for me to take advantage of. So just kind of going throughout that and doing, just like I said, the trade, and just me being me, and me making a way for myself. Being present has been major, and that's something I feel like it'd be a shame if I don't talk about it at least once on here, just because it's such a big key in life, and it's such a just a major tool. So I would love to hear how you guys stay present. I would love to hear how you guys have found your way into making life less mundane, and really being in conscious response to everything going on. And I'd just love to hear what you guys think about some shit to think about, or Beastie Baron as a whole, because I want to know. I want to see a different perspective. So don't be shy. You can definitely leave a review if this is Apple podcast you're listening to, or comment on YouTube, or reach out to me at Beastie Baron on any social media, at BEASTYBARRON. Reach out, give me a follow if you don't already. Check out beastiebaron.com. That's where Unlocking the God Within You is located. Like I said, you can kind of see my modeling port, and you'll be able to see a lot more of the things, as well as my blog, just things that I'm working on, things that I'm doing, interests that I have, because we're only going up from here. The content creation is only getting better and more educational or valuable, if you ask me, and only be more elevation to go. So I definitely want to throw a major shout out to ZOS Company. I don't have a flag behind me today, but just know that if you know, if you don't, you'll definitely know soon enough. It's a lot of great things brewing, and definitely want to give a major shout out to Goldwater. I do not have it on hand right now, but I've been on it. It's been, I'm telling you, I feel like I've been tapped in living and in sleeping, man. Just my sleep's been going crazy, man. I might have to have an episode where I really kind of dive in on the stuff of benefits of it, but you can check both of those out in the bio, and just keep being great, man. I hope y'all are living beastie lives. Hope y'all having beastie days and that beastie time, because that's the only way to do it, man. So I appreciate you guys tapping in. Have a great day.
All the money you make, it don't matter. All the bitches you with, they don't matter. All the chains on your neck, they don't matter. And that
watch on your wrist, it don't matter at all.